Hi, yeah, Saga here again. Have you ever seen someone breathing like this? I know you have been wondering what might have caused it or trigger it. Mostly, it's due caused by asthma. There are several other conditions that can cause one to have difficulties in breathing. But today I'll be focusing on asthma. Asthma is a respiratory disease that causes narrowing of the airways. Cause your airways to narrow and even swell and even extra production of mucus, which is abnormal. So when this happens, that is when you start having difficulties in breathing.
Take a deep breath.
And
Make sure that
one
you
thing I want to let us know again that asthma cannot be cured. It can only be managed or controlled. That is the only way to be able to prevent you from this condition. So let's look at some of the things that can flare up this condition. Mostly, it do occur when you are exercising. That is exercise-induced asthma. When you are exercising, you can't come up with this condition due to either cold or hot air that enter the body. Another thing that can cause it is occupational asthma. When you go in contact with certain chemicals, gases, or even dust, it can cause you to have this condition or come up with this condition. Another one that I would like to talk about is allergies. Allergies induce asthma. When you go in contact with certain things,
It's about to go down. My mom told me.
Maybe through when you see a cockroach, when you are allergic to it, you can come up with it. Another thing is pets. When you go in contact with certain pets, you see that you start having difficulties in breathing. So what are some of the symptoms of asthma? One, you have difficulties in breathing. You may produce an abnormal sound that may sound like a whistle, which is abnormal. Another thing is tightening of the chest. You will see that you have tightening of the chest and you have shortage of breath. You will not breathe as it's supposed to be. So let's look at some of these or people that are prone to this condition easily. One, we have family history. When you have a family history that usually come up with this condition, you see that most people will have it in that family. Another thing that I'll talk about is being overweight. When you are overweight, you can easily come up with this condition. Another person is a smoker. When you smoke a lot, you can easily come up with this condition. Another person that can easily come up with this condition is a secondhand smoker or exposure to secondhand smoke. When someone is smoking and you are having allergic to smoke, when you are there, you can easily come up with this condition. Another thing is air pollution. Those that are easily or those that work in most places that are easily polluted with different factors, maybe dust, gases, or even chemicals, you can easily come up with this condition. So how do we prevent this? One, you have to identify the allergies. You have to identify the main factor that trigger you to this condition, which is the allergies. Some of us, maybe when you are exercise, you have to note it down because it may be due to that exercise that trigger you to come up with this condition. So I believe you've learned from this. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment and follow for more. Thank you.